Welcome back, guys. Today we are going to make an orbiting camera rig for doing time-lapse. This build was definitely inspired by Moto mules, so please go check his channel out. He's got some cool builds, including a little gravedigger he's building for his kids. Highly recommend watching his videos. And today I also have a guest today. My little brother is going to be filming for me. Say hi, Jed.
Hello.
We're going to build this camera rig that's going to orbit around my workstation, which is currently this welding table. So let's get started. Okay, we got this cube all cut out and tacked together. Next thing we're going to do is start placing all these gear reductions. See how it goes.
So I just finished drilling a hole right in the middle of this 5/8. That way we can get it to hold this up. Now we can fit it in right though. I don't know exactly what Alex is, so let's go find him. Alex!
Okay, so we cut this plate out on the CNC plasma cutter, and this is going to bolt up to here, and then we've got our timing chain sprocket on the smaller side. It's going to go into here, and I thought I was going to have to weld a center in this so that we could use a bushing, but I ended up finding these bearings that fit perfectly into either side of this guy. So we'll weld timing chain sprocket to the top of this and see how it works. Okay, so we got the carriage built. We got it mounted up here with a little hoop. Slides nice and smooth. I just need to do a couple of idler wheels or pulley tensioners, whatever you want to call them, for this guy, and then also the big pulley that's going to go underneath so that things stay tensioned properly. Then we're going to get this hung up and see what it does. Okay, we are up and running. I'm pretty excited about this. So just to kind of go over what we got here, our first gear ratio is actually a sprocket that I'm running on another sprocket. Not technically kosher, but we're going to do it anyways. That is a 1:4 ratio. Then we have a CBR 600 chain and sprocket. That gives us 3.3 to 1. Then we go over here to our Big Blocks 460 timing chain, and that gives us another 2 to 1 ratio. And then we're going to come over to our Haggard little pulley and tensioner and this wagon wheel looking thing, and this is another 10 to 1 ratio. So all said and done, our motor runs at 6 RPMs. It should take roughly 45 minutes to make a continual rotation. So hopefully that's slow enough. The other thing we got to do is I have to make my mount to mount my boom that is going to orbit around to this guy. So that's the next thing we're going to do. Okay, so what we got going on so far, we got it all up and running. We had to make a couple of idler pulleys. We got this guy right here and this one right here. It's spring tensioned so that things stayed in their place where they're supposed to be. This one is just solid, and then this one's spring tension because what I wanted to do is to be able to grab a hold of the boom on this thing and twist it and allow that to the belt to slip so that I could position it anywhere that I wanted in the shop or point it at whatever. We got it on our track. We got a bearing carriage up here. We have about 10 feet of track up in the top of the shop, which is going to allow it to slide like that. The next thing we're going to do is I'm going to drill a hole on the edge of our pulley here and attach a string to somewhere over on this side of the shop, up in the ceiling. And as it tracks, it should, like at least this is the plan, it should wind this thing up and let it track across the shop. So then not only will you have the ability to pre-position it, but if you want to get an elliptical shot, the intent is that it will slowly pull it towards you as we go. So we'll see how that works out. Another thing I added is this guy right here, and this is a mount for my boom, and I can grab a hold of it and just kind of position the boom where I want. I have about a 4-foot boom with the camera mount on the end of it, and then I can take this guy, I can position it different places in the shop, I can grab it and allow it to slip and just kind of push it there, and it'll start from that position and continue. Okay, we got our string all tied up there on the edge. Lighting's horrible, sorry. Tied over this direction. So in theory, when this guy comes around, it's going to start booming this direction. So let's see what it looks like. Okay guys, well that was not quite as nice as I would like it to be as far as the elliptical part of it. I was hoping it would get a little more of a yaw effect, kind of like you'd get out of a drone, like panning around something and moving in an opposite direction. But it does work really nice on the track just to be able to maneuver it around. I can grab it and reposition in the shop. The other thing I like is I can grab it and position the boom where I need. I can spin the camera around so that even if I'm not working over here on the bench, if I'm working over here somewhere, I can make it pan across like this as I'm working and kind of time lapse that direction, and just have the versatility of working on one side of the shop to the other to get some better footage. So this thing is going to kind of evolve. As you've seen, all the welds are not finished on it. It's kind of still loosely put together. I'm just going to kind of leave it that way so it can kind of evolve and I can adapt it to the way that I find works best. Sorry there wasn't too much footage of it actually working. I haven't had a super lot of time for that, but if you subscribe, there will be more footage of it being used in future videos. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Please hit the like button. Share this contraption with a friend if you think that it's cool, and go build something, guys.